Profession.
Hi, and welcome back to Soul Spa University. Okay. This is where we talk all things metaphysical, expanding your consciousness, anything that your soul needs, current events, deep discussion about it, all glazed with humor. And it's very real on this show. If you've not already realized, we are live because I don't know how to edit. So everything is very real. This is live time. And yeah, we expand your consciousness within the integrity and ethics of journalism. Today's topic is, again, parallel universes, etc. Tommy is going to surprise me again with an amazing parallel universe story. I am so excited. I am all ears. I love when he could do this, so I could just sit back, listen, and drink this. So go ahead, Tommy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and let's talk about the Gavington Canyon incident. Now, this happened a while back, so bear with me. This was back in 1972, in May of 1972. Four female students from Southern Utah University were in Nevada. This is a rough one. Broque, Nevada. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they were there on some kind of, I guess, little, girls' trip, having fun and everything. And so they had to drive back to school. So they decided to drive through the desert through the night. And so around 12 a.m., midnight, they came across a random fork in the road. And now they're driving through the desert between Utah and Nevada. And it's just, if you've ever driven it, it's a pain in the ass. So when they come across this weird fork in the road, and then they started noticing that their pavement has started turning into concrete, and it was pure white when they went through the Gavington Canyon. And they were like, "Oh, this is probably whatever. Maybe we made a wrong turn. That doesn't make sense."
Hey, can I interject for the audience's sake? You said that the pavement turned concrete.
Yes.
What is it supposed to be? Pavement.
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 Yes, pavement and concrete are two different things.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know the difference, but go ahead.
Okay. So the pavement turned into concrete. So they decided that, maybe they made the wrong turn. So they made a U-turn. They started driving. And then they noticed that there was fields, like just to remind you, they're in a desert. Fields and fields of wheat and corn and all this vegetation, and a massive lake. And there are no such things in the Nevada desert. And they were like, this doesn't make sense. What's going on here? So they kept driving it, and they went to go maybe get directions. They don't know what if they screwed up completely and went into another state. And then they noticed there were massive buildings that they were all like covered in neon lights, and they had writing on it that was not English, was not anything that they could translate. It was just, weird, strange writing. And a lot of it wasn't even, any alphabet that they can decipher. So they started freaking out, and they stopped to get directions. Now, when they stopped to get directions, one of the girls in the back started really, really losing it. Just like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And they saw that there were, I think it was three or four circular vehicles that were pure white, but they had tripod wheels, tripod wheels. And they had a weird beam of light on the roof. And all four of them started like making their way towards them. So the girls freaked out and just drove off. Now,
as she wasn't hallucinating, she was seeing something. Okay.
Now, this is four different girls, and all four of them said the exact same thing.
Okay, because you said somebody in the back was hallucinating. Okay. So
She's the one that I noticed. Yeah, she's the one that, no, not hallucinating. I'm sorry. She started just freaking out.
4 girls and 4 circular white ships. That
Car. Well, they're cars basically,
okay.
but cars they've never seen before. Like they were circular and they were white with
Ooh.
strange lights coming out the top.
Totally. Like, is it more than one color light on the top?
No, they said it was just white lights.
Oh, white lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as they started driving away, they noticed that the cars turned. Those vehicles turned, and so they panicked even further, and they just gunned it. And they were being followed the whole time, so they were losing it. They were just like, "Oh my God, what the hell's going on? What's going on?" So they they said that the chase took not long, maybe 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, they passed through the canyon again and they were back on pavement.
Mm.
And they noticed that they weren't being followed anymore, but they still, just to be safe, they kept going until the driver realized that they were driving on 3 bald tires the whole time. The tires were blown out.
Oh my God.
So it was the middle of the night, obviously. So they pulled over, locked the doors, rolled up the windows, and slept in the car. And they refused to get out until morning, where they finally flagged a state trooper, told him the story, and he thought that maybe that they were, on drugs or anything.
Yeah, it was going to be my next question. Anything about that in the story?
No drugs.
Okay, keep going.
So they were perfectly sober, and they all have the same exact account. The only problem is they all were like, no, we don't want our names out there. We don't want anybody knowing about us.
Mm-hmm.
So they are anonymous, but they did tell this story and took a few people, and they finally got out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that with them.
Do you know what year it took place?
1972.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, because if it was nowadays, it just sounds, not that I'm accusing them at all or anything, but it does sound like some sort of Ambien trip that they just were all on some Ambien and just, just drove through some nails very slowly for 10 minutes or something. But
Well, that was my original thought while I was reading the story, that it was in the 70s, so they were probably on LSD or something.
mm-hmm.
But like I said, they were tested and they were not on drugs. So
Well, you can't really get tested the next day, right?
I don't know. Back then, I have no idea what the that's why I was like, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think they'd be reporting it if they were on drugs.
Yeah, that's true. I
Mm.
mean, especially it's like, why would you stop a cop? Well, if they had no way of getting out of that desert without a cop, I mean, that makes sense. But
But they all had the same experience.
yeah, all 4 of them.
So that might negate the drug thing, because I feel like on drugs you have your own journey. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I've had friends back in the day who were on it and they were like, they lost their minds, and each one was different.
Mm-hmm.
Not something I would ever wish to freaking participate in.
Mm. Well, this has been an interesting story. Thank you so much. And I noticed a lot of these stories actually do have people wanting to remain anonymous. Most of the ones that I'm about to report do also want to remain anonymous. And I just want to tell them all out there, whoever's experienced something like this, that it's okay, and you can still remain anonymous if you want, but maybe you experience that to share it, or to share it with somebody who would relay it to the public. Maybe there's a reason for it, which is to expand consciousness to the planet so that our minds can expand more this way instead of just linearly. Just putting that out there. I don't think It's a bad thing that it's happened. In fact, I'm getting really kind of perturbed that every time I research it, any video I watch on any of this is kind of like glazed in the background with creepy music. Like, I don't want to get creeped out. I'm just curious. And why do we have to label everything that we don't know as bad? You know, it's like, anyway, just another preconceived notion we're having to battle as humans. And I'm trying to unravel here for the public. But yeah, anything more on this?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But the social stigma is that, oh, this is different. So, you know, they're obviously crazy or this and that. It's like, just tell your story. I understand. Believe me, I understand that like a lot of people don't want to be you know, just marked as, you know, oh, they're just wackadoos. You know, this is not this is just they're just making up stories to get attention or anything like that. But
That's why it's compelling when it's anonymous, because obviously they don't want the attention either.
true, true,
Mhm.
true.
But they do want to share the story, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
well, that's why you have Reddit. Put it on Reddit, put it on any social media thing that you don't want to be known. Get like a random egg account on Twitter and just put it out there. Just put it out there. You don't keep it to yourself. For what?
And DM Soul Spa University on
Yeah.
Instagram, these stories, or soulspauniversity@gmail.com. Also, if anybody would like to be on the show and share an experience or share content with me of what to cover or anything else, please, you know, email that email, as well as share in the comments below. What do you guys want to hear about? Have you heard anything interesting? What do you guys think in the comments below? You know, go ahead. Anything else, Tommy?
No, thank you for watching, everyone. Please, if you want to get in touch with Kristina, you can find her at
soulspauniversity@gmail.com. And like I said, to keep this channel going so that we don't just die off, which we would, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so that you know when new content is out. And please like for amazing karma and amazing support of us. And if you share, it would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.